Hi there lovely people, and welcome to a new video. So it's pretty late here, or early depending on how you look at it, and first off I will apologise if you hear snoring. That is my lovely husband. He's fast asleep next to me. I was in my craft room and planned to do this voiceover before I came in here into bed, but it's dark and creepy out there, and yeah, it's a bit late so it was too creepy and too dark, so I came inside. So if you hear snoring, it's either the dog or the husband. But right now they both seem to be behaving themselves, so we'll get into the layout. This is a 12x12 layout for the Kaisercraft September blog challenge, and this month's challenge was a mood board. Now the mood board was based off this collection here, the new Christmas collection. It's a very winter based collection. It's called Frosted. When I saw this, I knew I was going to struggle to use it because, one, Christmas is in summer on my side of the world, and two, I'm a traditional green, red and gold scrapper. I don't use blue and silver and pink and all of that for Christmas. It's not my thing. But I thought I'd give it a go because I thought it might work for this photo. I went with the light blue and mostly the silver. And the first thing I did was, with this photo, in Photoshop, I really reduce the vibrancy and the saturation of the photo to give it a more muted and dull look, so it wasn't so bright and really red and green, and it works. It looks really good with the layout. And yeah, I found this lovely blue and silver ornament paper, and I wanted a really big chunk of that to stand out on top of my white cardstock, so that's why I'm cutting down my cardstock pretty small and letting a lot of that paper show through. And then I'm going to double mat it on a darker blue just to give it a border, make it stand out a bit more. Oh yes, you'll notice when I go to mat it on the paper that I've cut it crooked or whatever. This happens a lot to me, so I just fix it up with my scissors, which usually goes really wrong for me as well, but in this case it worked. So I just stick it down and then straighten up my lovely crooked border. So when you see my fingers tapping, it usually means I'm thinking about something. In this case, I was thinking about should I or should I not mat the paper. You'll actually see my reflection in the foil cardstock in a minute. It's, yeah, really quite funny. It's very, very shiny and very, very mirrory. Mirrory, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean. This is some silver foil cardstock, or cardboard actually. It's not really cardstock. And it's so shiny. So yeah, I thought having a little bit of that to mat my photo would be good and go with the whole silver theme I got happening, and it's not too much that it overpowers everything. Now if there was ever a layout that called for a doily, it's a lovely little girly layout, isn't it? So I don't use doilies often at all really, and you'll tell in a minute because when I try and stick this doily down I ruin it tragically. It's really quite funny. So yes, just using more of that paper. I love this soft tone in this paper here. I don't like the dark blue side, so I do trim it and use the other side. I think it goes much more with the layout. It's a lot softer. And yeah, just trimming that down. And I'll attempt to make a fishtail banner out of that. So at first I wasn't sure if I wanted a double fishtail or if I just wanted it sticking out of one side. In the end I just go with the one side. I just think it looks better and it gives me a little bit of doily space on the other side. but you will notice that I do mess around with the fishtail side for a little bit. There's this really awesome star like right in the middle that I wanted to have sticking out, but I didn't want too much of the fishtail hanging out on the layout. So I trim it down and sort of cut the fishtail banner part in a little bit more. You'll see what I mean in a minute if I'm not making any sense whatsoever. Remember, it is late or early, depending on what way you look at it. It's either really late Saturday night or really early Sunday morning. Which side are you on? Me, I'm more of a really late Saturday night kind of person. If I haven't gone to sleep yet, it doesn't count as the next day. That's my theory. But anyway, back to the layout. Like I said, it's late, bear with me. So, oh yeah, I really am terrible when it comes to gluing things down. I don't trust myself to do it properly. And yeah, I always find the weirdest way to do it, don't I? Wait till you see how I put the doily down. Oh, hang on, is this where I wrecked the doily? Oh no, I've already wrecked the doily. Did I miss that? Did you see me throw a hissy fit and throw it? That was funny. Yeah, note to self and to all of you paying attention, don't use a tape roller on the doily itself because it just rips. Did you see that part? So yes, as you can see, I held the doily down, put some tape behind it and then folded it in half. I don't trust myself to move something and then put it back where it was how I first had it. It never goes back the same way. So I will find the weirdest ways to take things down. This is my lovely silver mist. It's a Mr. Huey's one. And it goes on really dark, but it is silver, I promise. I always have to dab it up so it doesn't stay too dark because it always creeps me out. But yeah, what are we up to now? Going through the collectibles, looking to see what I can use on this layout. I find these two really cool Christmas trees. And they're not a predominant colour, they're like a grey, so they really go with the layout in the fact that I'm trying to keep the colour pretty much out of this layout, and it also goes with the tree behind in the photo, so it worked for me. So for my title, I go really simple. I didn't want anything too big and overpowering on this layout. So there's, on the sticker sheet, there's word phrases, and one was sending love and Merry Christmas, and yeah, I decided to use that as my title, and it really works with the layout. It's nice and small, and not so bright or overpowering, so it just looks really good. I'm really quite happy with how this turned out. So now I'm finally going to glue everything down. I get sick of watching my cardstock move all over the place, so I'm going to attach it all together. And you get to watch me peel all the tape off. Yay! Isn't it fun and exciting? At least I'm getting much better at this next part, the whole placing it in the middle and not having to rip it up 3 times and get it straight. I'm getting much better at this. See, this is the way you should do it. Put the glue on the cardstock and then press the doily on top of it. And there's this little tiny little piece that was on the doily that was just bugging me. It wasn't straight, so yeah, I trimmed that off. It was annoying me. So now I wanted to put something else on the layout, just something little. So I decided to go through my stamps and see what I could find. I find this lovely little, what do you call them? Holly, I think it is. And decide to put that down. Oh, it took me forever to find an ink to use. It turns out I don't have a silver ink. Do you believe that? So I tried the mist, I tried paint, none of it gave me a clear image. So in the end, I just decided to go with a good old smoky grey and not have a metallic one. So I just placed it on either side of my title, and then I'm just gonna add some bling to that and make it look all pretty. So I and ah about doodling a border on the white cardstock. In the end I decided not to. I like to keep it nice and clean, but I do just doodle a little stitch border on the little fishtail banner. And that's it for the layout. It actually came together really quickly. I only sped this up 2 times, so I think it took me 20 minutes at most to do this layout. And that included going through all my supplies trying to figure out what I wanted to use. So not that bad at all. For a nice, clean and simple layout. Nothing too over the top and too bold, so I'm really happy with it. So I hope you've enjoyed the layout. And thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.